Hey, come on, Bob. Stop pretending. Come on. Get up, man. We got work to do. Stop screwing around, Bob. Welcome back to Goodfellas Garage, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have been following this Crown Victoria LX Sport saga, this is video number whatever million out of God knows how many. I think I fixed the car, so let me show you what I did. If you remember in a previous video, I did say that I'm gonna order a new PCM, which I did, and this is the old one here that I already replaced. And let me show you. I think it's fixed. Starts, and it runs smooth. It runs smooth. There's no more like stutter or sort of a misfire, which is which I think is a relief for me. I think I'm done with this. So I just replaced the PCM. I still haven't driven the car. Just to kind of relearn, have the PCM relearn its functions or whatever. Which leads me to a question, because here's what happened with this PCM programming. When you install a new PCM, you have to relearn the keys. You have to relearn both keys. You have to reset the parameters in the PATS module, etc., etc. And the question becomes is, how did the transmission shop program both keys to the PCM when they only had one key? And I don't know. So they're the ones who installed this rebuilt PCM from AutoZone, and I have no idea what they did. I have no idea how they were able to program both keys because I only gave them one. So this is another remanufactured unit I purchased from a company here in Homestead, Florida. They already programmed the PCM to this car. I gave them the VIN number, so it's already programmed. You don't need to do that. All you have to do is program the keys to the PATS module, and so they can communicate. And I did that with FORScan, and it seems to be running fine. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go fill up the gas tank and take this car for a drive and see how it behaves. And I'll catch you in a second. Alrighty, ladies and gents. So I just filled it up, put a full tank of gas. Let's see. It's been starting every time, and it runs fine, no issues. So I think that's it. I really think that's it. So you got power. There we go. It's shifting. It's a lazy shift, but that's the way they are. We got overdrive. Let's double check. Here we press the button. Downshifted. Yep, we got overdrive, so it's shifting into overdrive. That's it. Another bad PCM. If they even replaced the PCM, then this is the question. I don't know what they did with that computer. If they put some kind of tune in it or something. I don't know. And the real question is how they were able to program two keys when I only gave them one, because both keys were working after the car came back from them and they changed the PCM. And I have a receipt from AutoZone, so they gave me a receipt from AutoZone that they bought a new computer. So I don't know. I don't really know. Everything has been a mystery with this car, but as you can see, it runs and drives, and it shifts, and it works, and it idles smooth. So you saw how it was idling in the previous videos. It was running like crap. It was like about to stall, and it felt like a misfire. And I swapped the PCM, and everything seems to be fine. So I'm gonna drive it for a little bit. I'm gonna drive it for a couple of days, just so that PCM relearns, etc., etc. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this car to the auction, and I'm gonna sell it at the auction. So I'm not gonna retail this car. I'm not gonna sell it to anyone. So we'll just wholesale it, and that's gonna be the end of the LX Sport. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Peace. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't want to end the video with what you just saw. I wanted to do a long-term update, and it's been a week. It's been a week since the last footage, and the car has been driving fine. I've had it a little over a week, and it runs and drives, it starts, everything working fine. So I'm on my way to Palm Beach auction, Manheim Palm Beach. I'm going to drop it off. So let's do some final thoughts as to what has been going on with this car. But before we go for that ride, let's see how many bodies we can fit in a trunk of the LX Sport. Same as usual, a lot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here are some final thoughts about this project that lasted way longer than it should have. And just to give you like a recap of what I have done. I've done a lot of work on this car and to this car, and most of it was pretty much unnecessary. In my opinion, I think it's the result of misdiagnosis, and we rebuilt the transmission because the transmission was misbehaving, and I don't think it really needed it. There was a lot of parts that were replaced that this car didn't need. We replaced the fuel pump twice, and there was no need for that, and it all was a result of a bad PCM, and this bad PCM was basically making the entire car act like it was possessed. And the bottom line is that nobody could figure it out, and the transmission shop that initially rebuilt the transmission did replace the PCM with a rebuilt one, but that PCM was misbehaving as well, and I don't know what they did with it, if they did some kind of custom tune to it or whatever the issue was, because initially the car had very high idle, and that PCM that they replaced, the transmission shop, solved the high idle issue. And I think what they probably did is they probably lowered the RPM or did something with the fuel pressure that actually caused the starting and the bad idle, all that stuff. But the bottom line is that there was a lot of work that I did to this car, and I didn't want to give up on it. And as you can see, I bought another rebuilt PCM, and I installed it. I programmed the keys, and the car is running fine. And I wanted to make sure that it was running fine. It's not just like that one day that everything was working. I had the car for a week. It was my daily. I drove it everywhere, to the store, to here, to work, back and forth. And it started every time. It idles fine. It runs fine. As you can see, I'm on a highway, and it runs fine. So I'm gonna drop it off at the auction, and that's the story of the LX Sport. I hope you guys enjoyed the series. It was really painful for me and my wallet, but I think the end result speaks for itself. I fixed the car and didn't give up on it, and it runs and drives. I think it's going to make someone very happy, because there was a lot of work that was done to this car. So thanks for watching. Peace.
Money coming, money go. I've been at it on the low. Trapping out a while live. I keep seeing the leaders doing, let's be talking plans and maybe seeing you. Pull up on you, let me scoop. Nobody here but me and you. Got a little ring to it, turn that thing fluid in the coupe. Way you look, I know it's real. I'm on my Marshawn shit. I been really getting feel. You know why I'm here, don't act like you don't know how I feel. But let me tell you what you mean to me. Slide on me for that meet and greet. Vibe with me under moonshine, sipping moonshine to the new sky. Sage toasted and we race soak in the raincoat. Hit the waves quota, I be flossing, I be locked in. I was lost here. All that turned me to a target. Plotting on me, I be